Are you over 60 and love cheese? What you eat could either support your health or silently sabotage it. That creamy slice on your morning toast or that tasty cube during happy hour might be doing more than just pleasing your taste buds. Depending on what you choose, cheese can either strengthen your bones or quietly raise your blood pressure, increase inflammation, and even mess with your digestion. I'm Eduard Sputnik, a specialist in nutrition and aging. And where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments and stick around because I have a surprise for you at the end. Most people don't realize it, but certain cheeses become riskier as we age, not just because of fat or salt, but because our bodies change. What once worked in your 40s might now be slowing you down or silently triggering problems. Here's the truth, not all cheeses are created equal. Some are loaded with additives, saturated fats, and sodium, while others are surprisingly supportive of digestion, bone strength, and even muscle maintenance. The key is knowing which is which. Unfortunately, the cheeses many people love the most often fall on the worst list for aging bodies. So in this video, we'll reveal 4 cheeses you should absolutely avoid if you're over 60, and 4 that you can eat daily to support better digestion, stronger bones, and a healthier aging process overall. You don't have to give up cheese, but you do have to get smarter about your choices. And trust me, some of these swaps are not only healthier, but they taste just as good, or even better. One of them is probably already in your fridge. But by the end of this video, you'll look at it completely differently. Follow the channel so you don't miss any of our future guides on how to eat smarter as you age. Ready for the first step? Let's understand how your body changes after 60, and why cheese plays a bigger role than most people think. After turning 60, your body becomes less efficient in ways that are often invisible, but deeply impactful. One of the biggest shifts is a slower metabolism. That means your body burns fewer calories at rest, and anything calorie-dense, like cheese, can contribute to weight gain if not managed properly. This is why choosing the right type and portion becomes crucial. There's also a marked decline in lactase production. Lactase is the enzyme responsible for breaking down lactose, the sugar in milk. As levels drop, many older adults experience bloating, gas, or discomfort after eating cheese, often without realizing lactose is the trigger. That's where cheese selection becomes strategic. Beyond digestion, your calcium and vitamin D requirements go up. Your bones become more porous and brittle over time, and dairy remains one of the most accessible sources of these nutrients. But not all cheeses are rich in calcium, and some actually block its absorption due to high sodium content. Salt sensitivity is another overlooked factor. As kidneys age, they handle sodium less efficiently, making high-sodium cheeses a risk factor for high blood pressure. Combine that with saturated fats, and you've got a recipe for inflammation and cardiovascular strain if you're not careful. Cheese can be your ally or your enemy. It depends entirely on what your body needs now versus what it used to tolerate. You might have handled sharp cheddar with no problem in your 40s, but at 65, it could be pushing your blood pressure into dangerous territory. Next, we'll walk through the 4 cheeses you should avoid after 60. One of them is often marketed as heart-friendly, but the numbers tell a different story. Stick around, you might be surprised by what makes the list. First on the list is processed American cheese, those convenient yellow slices found in plastic wrappers. They may look harmless, but they are highly processed, packed with sodium, artificial colors, and emulsifiers. One slice can contain over 300 milligrams of sodium, high sodium, which adds up fast, especially for older adults managing blood pressure. Next is blue cheese, including Gorgonzola and Roquefort. These cheeses are prized for their bold flavor, but they're also high in salt and made with mold cultures that can trigger inflammatory responses. For aging bodies already prone to chronic inflammation, this is a hidden risk. No intrasign inflammation alert should flash when you see these on a menu. Then there's aged Parmesan, a favorite for grating over pasta. While it's calcium-rich, its dense concentration of sodium and strong fermentation makes it hard to digest for those with sensitive guts. A small serving might be fine, but regular or large amounts can lead to bloating and fluid retention, 2 silent disruptors of well-being. Finally, full-fat yellow cheeses like Colby and Proto are what we call saturated fat bombs. They are creamy and delicious but loaded with artery-clogging fats. For anyone over 60, especially with a family history of heart disease, they are a daily threat wrapped in a tempting package. These cheeses can quietly raise LDL cholesterol and increase cardiovascular strain. What all four have in common is that they are popular, widely available, and often misunderstood. But the data is clear: they can increase the risk of hypertension, digestive discomfort, and systemic inflammation, especially in aging bodies. Now for the good news. There are 4 cheeses you should eat daily after 60, and they are delicious, easy to find, and incredibly supportive of your bones, muscles, and digestion. Let's explore those next. Let's start with ricotta, a fresh, creamy cheese that's surprisingly high in protein and low in sodium. It's easy to digest, making it perfect for older adults with sensitive stomachs or lactose issues. Ricotta also offers a good calcium boost without the heaviness of aged cheeses. Spread it on toast with berries, and you've got a powerhouse breakfast. Next is cottage cheese, which shines for its high casein protein content. Casein digests slowly, providing a steady stream of amino acids for muscle maintenance, vital for preserving strength and balance as we age. Look for low-fat or sodium-reduced versions, and pair it with pineapple or cucumber for a refreshing snack. Third, we have goat cheese, soft, tangy, and naturally lower in lactose than cow's milk cheese. It's easier on digestion and rich in short-chain fatty acids, which support gut health and reduce inflammation. A fresh goat cheese salad with greens and walnuts is more than tasty, it's anti-inflammatory fuel. Then there's fresh miner's cheese, also known as farmer's cheese in many regions. This moist, white cheese is low in salt, minimally processed, and rich in calcium and protein. It blends beautifully into breakfast or lunch without weighing you down. If you can't find it locally, look for any fresh white cheese made with few ingredients and low sodium. Here's a quick comparison. Per 100 g, ricotta and cottage cheese both offer around 10 g of protein and under 100 mg sodium. Goat cheese has around 15 g protein, low lactose, and less than 25% of the sodium in Parmesan. Fresh miners? Around 12 g protein, very low salt, and 0 artificial ingredients. Join the members club and leave a super like if this type of practical breakdown helps you feel more confident in your food choices. Up next, we'll walk you through how to shop for cheese like a pro, what to look for on labels, how much to eat, and how to pair it for maximum benefit. Choosing the right cheese after 60 isn't about restriction, it's about clarity. Start by reading the nutrition label. Focus on 2 key numbers, sodium and saturated fat. Aim for cheeses with under 200 mg of sodium per serving and less than 3 g of saturated fat. These thresholds help protect your heart and kidneys without giving up flavor. Portion size matters more than most people realize. Even the healthiest cheese becomes a burden if eaten in excess. A single serving is about the size of 2 dice, or roughly 30 grams. With the right choice, that small portion can still deliver quality protein and calcium without tipping your calorie balance. Frequency is another silent influencer. For aging adults, 1 to 2 servings of the right cheese per day is enough to maintain bone density and support muscle recovery, without adding excess salt or fat. Consistency is more powerful than quantity when it comes to long-term health outcomes. Pairing cheese wisely multiplies its benefits. Try combining it with fiber-rich fruits like apples or pears to slow digestion and stabilize blood sugar. Or add a handful of leafy greens like arugula or spinach to a goat cheese salad. These combinations help reduce post-meal inflammation and increase nutrient absorption. A helpful tip? Create your own cheese cheat sheet with 3 columns: green zone, safe daily cheeses; yellow zone, moderate; and red zone, avoid. Post it on your fridge for easy reference. Visual cues keep healthy habits top of mind, even on busy days. Up next, let's bring it all together. We'll recap the key takeaways and reframe how you think about cheese, not as a guilty pleasure, but as a strategic ally for healthy aging. Join the members club, drop a super like, follow the channel and leave a comment, because staying healthy after 60 starts with the choices you make every day. And few choices are as deceptively powerful as the cheese you put on your plate. Cheese can be medicine or poison, it all depends on what you choose. The right cheeses can help protect your bones, preserve your muscles, and improve digestion. The wrong ones? They quietly fuel inflammation, spike your blood pressure, and burden your body with fats and additives it no longer processes efficiently. It's not about fear, it's about strategy. Knowing which cheeses to avoid gives you control. Knowing which to eat daily gives you power. And when you combine that with proper portions, smart pairings, and label awareness, cheese becomes a functional part of your healthy aging toolkit. For many, this shift is liberating. You don't need to cut out dairy. You just need to cut out confusion. A slice of fresh goat cheese with greens isn't just delicious, it's a health investment. A spoonful of ricotta with fruit isn't a treat, it's part of your daily bone support system. Now it's your turn. What's your favorite cheese, and will you keep eating it after watching this? Drop your answer in the comments, and let's build a conversation that helps more people make better choices after 60. And don't forget, share this video with someone you care about, especially if they're over 60 and love cheese. One small change could help them feel better, move better, and age better.